Hello and welcome to McClendon Studios, Random Thoughts and Observations. Also again these videos, I'm your host David E. McClendon Sr. And today we're going to talk about Snuffy's Army. Well, first of all, let me describe Snuffy's. Snuffy's was actually called Snuffy's Tavern, and it was actually right across the street from the Western Auto Store. And it was about as rough a redneck bar as you can possibly imagine, maybe even 10 times what you could possibly imagine. If you look at our video called A Pool Cue to the Head, you'll know a little bit more about Snuffy's Tavern and how rough it could be. Well, we had had a couple of break-in attempts at the store, and so we had installed a new high-tech security alarm system that was centrally monitored. An alarm company could tell what sensors had been disturbed along the way, and would call my father at his house and me at mine and Suzanne's house to let us know what was going on whenever there was a break-in attempt. Well, we had decided, since the Anderson County Sheriff's Department was so thinly dispersed because they only had a small handful of deputies to cover about 1,000 square miles, give or take, of Anderson County, that we were pretty much going to have to handle the situation ourselves. And pretty much back then with the Anderson County Sheriff's Office, there was an old joke that went around that an Anderson County Sheriff's investigation ended with the deputy that was taking the initial report saying, "Call us if you hear anything." And just every time somebody talked about a break-in or a hold-up or whatever, the conversation would generally end with, "Call us if you hear anything." Well, what we had decided was that since there was a road back behind the store and a road in front of the store, that my father would go to the front of the store and I'd go to the back of the store and look to see if maybe we could catch whomever was trying to break in between the two of us and put a stop to this, because we figured they would not be stopping until they were completely and 100% successful with breaking into the store. Well, I pulled along back behind the store, and we had a CB radio in the Galaxy, and I also had a portable scanner, and Suzanne had a walkie-talkie, CB walkie-talkie at the house so that we could stay in communication while that I went. We didn't live that far from the store. Anyway, so I pulled up behind the store and started looking at the back of the store with a flashlight. My father, I heard when he pulled up, and I searched along the back of the store and did not see any obvious signs of break-in. So I started along to the front of the store, where I heard someone from over in Snuffy's parking lot yell out, "Bruce, you're not going in there by yourself, are you?" And he yelled back, "No, David's around here someplace." Anyway, and so about that time, different weapons started being produced, anywhere things from nunchucks to bats, shotguns, sawed-off shotguns, all types of pistols, and even a couple of AK-47s, or something that appeared to be an AK-47 or two anyway. Well, I started along to the front of the store, and about the time I started around to the front of the store, I heard the unmistakable sound of shotgun shells being racked into what seemed like thousands of shotguns at the time, and you've probably heard that sound. It goes something like click, 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 click. About the time I'm realizing this, all of a sudden my lights went out. And what had happened was Rusty. Now, Rusty was a Vietnam veteran. He'd been in the 82nd Airborne, and I think possibly a Green Beret, but I'm not positive about that. And the next thing I know, I'm laying face down in the gravel with Rusty's knee in my back, and the sound of all sorts of people yelling, "We got him, Bruce! We got him, Bruce! Come on, we got him!" And next thing I know, I'm being helped to my feet, not very gently. And my father said, "No, no, no, that's David." In the meantime, I'm yelling, "No, I'm David, I'm Bird, I'm Junior," every nickname that I could possibly think of, because I hadn't been around the store that much when I was off in college, so some of these people forgot what I looked like and forgot that I even existed. And so my father said, "No, no, no, that's David, stop, stop, you know, he's all right." Anyway, and then some people that actually knew me said, "Well, stop." And so I walked back into the store where Doc, another former Vietnam veteran and an Army medic, was tending to me, while this posse, half of the posse, went around the back of the store looking for everything, and the other part of the posse, it went through the store with my father looking at every nook and cranny to see if they found anything. Meanwhile, Doc is bandaging me up, and it looked like something like an extra on Michael Jackson's Thriller, bandaged pretty much all over and blood spouting in different places and bruises, and looked just like one of these zombies that was in the video. Anyway, since the alarm company had already called the sheriff's department, our posse didn't find anybody, but since they'd already called the sheriff's office, we had to wait for the sheriff's deputy to show up, and it was about an hour and a half later that the deputy finally arrived to give this report. And I called Suzanne to let her know that everything was okay. We were just waiting on the sheriff, and so we waited and we waited, and several of the posse members waited around with us, including Rusty. The deputy came in, and of course he took his mandatory report, and he looked me over and he said, well, what happened to you? And I said, I looked over at Rusty, and Rusty's like, huh? And deathly afraid I was going to tell what actually happened. I said, no, I fell down into the old railway right away, tripped and fell, and it just took a little while to get back up. I'm okay. It's just the fall kind of boogered me up, but old Doc's got me fixed up pretty good. And the deputy kind of bought that because there was an old railroad right away back behind the store, and I could have fallen and hurt myself like that. Anyway, I could see a sigh of relief come over Rusty, and meanwhile the deputy finished his report, and of course he ended it with, call us if you hear anything. Well, that's today's video. We hope you liked it. If you do, drop us a line, give us a email, and let us know, or put us a comment in the comment box below. And by the way, while I'm talking about that, I'd like to give a shout out to our friend Mr. Bubbles, Mr. Spaz Bubbles, can't talk today, who's been a very loyal commenter on our blog, on our YouTube channel. So please subscribe to this YouTube channel. Let us know what's going on. Special thank you to Mr. Spaz Bubbles, and we thank you. This is a Federal Trade Commission required notice. When you click on an advertisement that is displayed with this video, or just before it, we receive a small commission. Sometimes, if you merely watch an ad, we receive commission. If you purchase anything by clicking on links on any of our websites, we receive a commission as well. McClendon Studios is a participant in the Amazon Services LLC Associates Program, an affiliate advertising program designed to provide a means for sites to earn advertising fees by advertising and linking to Amazon.